Welcome to Zentangle Project Pack number 15. This is day 5. My name is Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria, and I'm following up on some of these letters that I taught the other day on the back of the big piece of paper, where you start with a simple Roman letter, a printed letter, and then you go in and you thicken the ends, and then round off the curves, and come up with a bolder letter.
With some lovely contours to
Yes.
it. And you'll see there's like this takeoff sense using the principle of takeoff, where there's that gradual curve.
You can practice this over and over. Practice it on newspaper. Practice it anywhere, and you'll get that feeling. And I often say to, if it doesn't look right, just squint, and you'll be able to see where you need to add some or not. You know, and it's right up there with stepping back as an artist and putting your thumb out and comparing it or whatever it is they did. But just, look at it and squint a little so that it maybe comes together. I love the aura, what it does to the letter. Just makes it more important in this case.
And you can enhance in different ways, and you'll realize that the initial letter form becomes like absorbed in part of the whole creation here.
So we're going to put a few muka fronds here that just to give it a little bit of decoration. Not a lot, doesn't take many. And I like to have them, I call these kissing mukas, where they're not off flailing. They're sort of touching somewhere, and they have more stability. Then I'm adding these like a leaf shape inside. Instead of adding the circles inside, I'm adding leaf shape. And it's just to keep it as like a solid pattern in the background.
Like this nice texture. And I like how you can fill in those spaces with auras that become their own shape.
And then when I find that that's where I want it, then I'll aura the whole outside of it. Just kind of hold it together.
Sort of like shrink wrap. Zentangle shrink wrap.
Just so it doesn't fall apart. It's
Right?
going to hold it together. I love that.
Sweet.
So what do you do with these letters?
Well, let's see.
Let's see.
I think let's add a few more solid
to
spaces.
Me, what happens is we're gonna send somebody the briefest letter they've ever gotten in the mail, and it'll be one word or two words, but it'll be a letter nonetheless that you can send to somebody.
Right.
And I love that, letters in the mail. All you have to do is think, just what do I really want to say to this person, right?
So let's write one of those letters.
Well, this is another example of
Right.
getting ready to, anyway.
Right. I think this one actually turns into a letter. So following the same principle of reverse sculpting that initial form on which will grow your tangles.
So again, we're going to outline. Oh,
You went straight to
I
muka.
went straight to muka.
And you're doing the muka in a aura fashion, because it's stepped away.
It's becoming the aura, yeah.
Right.
I break my own rules sometimes.
Yes. And that's part of this lovely, adventure that we're on here, is every time you do something, like even if you had meant to do the aura and forget, well now, okay, let me do it this way and see how it works.
And here's that fabulous leaf shape that we're just going to put in the background.
I really like that.
It almost has a William Morris look to it. He used to put that shape in behind all of his drawings of rabbits and leaves and flowers and things like that. Then he would darken the background and then draw these in with a
Mm-hmm.
lighter color.
Mm. I like that little bits of
Drama.
concentrated color
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
And the
sounds
inevitable.
yeah,
I can just see Bijou smiling.
exuberance.
There we go. So now, what could J be for? I like the idea of joy. It's a lot of reasons why we always say enjoy at the end. So there was that little blurble there. Well, just cover it with a,
Yeah, right?
right?
The sculpting stuff is very
It's
forgiving.
really good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I looked at that O and I said, it needs something, right? Here's a few other letters. Oh, those are the ones that we
These
did
are the ones
yesterday.
that we did, yeah, are on day 3.
Day 3. These are a few other ones that I worked on. I like the Q. It's really cute.
Cute. So again, we'll do, let you see that whole approach. And you don't need to, you can play with the ink. So in this case, Maria's using the same pen, both for the letter and for the aura and for the flux.
Mimuka.
The muka,
Yeah.
right?
And here comes those beautiful leaf shapes.
And just like the string sets up these spaces in which to insert tangles, so do the tangles themselves, or in this case the letter forms, set up a space which invites you to fill them.
So I have another message here.
Right? This is like a great example of classic initial cap where it like lends this gravitas and beautiful design to what the message or the content is.
So I'm going back with the brown micron, and I'm going to put a detail in here. We're going to use our alpha borders and add some color and just something fun. If you had a little more time in the letter that you were writing
Mm-hmm.
and didn't know what else to say, well, you can add somebody's initials if you like.
Right. So we'll imagine this letter going to somebody with the letter J.
So here's my J's, and the J's here are mirroring and then going upside down.
Sort of
Yeah.
like overlapping and mirroring, and
They created a really neat little
right?
Pattern.
And then you can use the spaces that pattern creates to put in another pattern. But wait.
So I took some of the colors, I think the pinks and the orange, and added some fun and just auraing the spaces between. I didn't pay a lot of attention, but it's just as the background went, it just took away some of the white,
It
which
looks
was
like
kind
one
of
of
nice.
those woven ribbons,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That really looks nice. And then orbs along the edge. It looks like those ribbons you designed for that stationery that time.
Right.
Again, nice palette. Great.
So I'm going to add some graphite around my letter here, and more like in a shaded kind of way to lift it off the ribbon.
Right. It just, all of a sudden now the ribbon is obviously going right under it, yeah. And you see she's putting that graphite down pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And not pulling it away that far, but just moving it into the paper softens the edge of it.
And then I decided at the last minute to add something that, maybe you wouldn't think of doing, but I'm always trying to show everybody different things that they can do here and there. Besides for shading in a normal sort of way,
Right.
What can you do with the graphite that would just add a little something different, unexpected?
And it might not even be something that you would notice right away, but boy, that really looks
But this will
great
come in
it.
handy at some point.
Yeah.
Here we go. I think it's on this one.
That's laugh often.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just adding some diagonals on top of the ribbon, both ways, to almost have like a checkerboard, and it gives it another texture altogether. Right. I thought that was kind of cool.
I like that. Well, that's something you can apply in lots of things.
Yeah, right.
Lots of things. So here's, I think, some examples of all the different little explorations. And look at the border there.
Yeah, R&M.
Right? All different ways you can put this together.
These are all the ones we didn't include in
Right.
Getting ready for, I think that was, is it H in the background?
I think. So this gives an idea of all the different directions and sort of explorations that we did.
Be well, oh well.
Oh well, be well. I love it. So you can hide little messages in the border too. Not that hidden, but. So using B's in the border. B for border. And this is a real message for Zentangle, is to have fun with all this.
Mm-hmm.
We're giving all these instructions and examples, and the whole idea is that this be fun, enjoy.
So the pattern that's around the edge is are Y's.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to see them at first, but I'm going to show you how I did that.
And I think this is inspired by what you did on the border, but you did it a little differently, I think, here,
I'm not sure.
or added to it. So the Y has a thick top and a thin bottom, so if you invert them, you can just squish them up together. Right?
Right. You can even do both sides as you're going along.
Right.
Just adding that little bead there adds something kind of cool, right? And whenever I add the bead on the outside, I go around it, and that adds something unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how that works.
And then find one element and just do whatever you do over and over.
There it is.
Isn't that fun? Why, I think a lot of people will try that.
I think so, too.
And then at one point, Maria had this. So here are some of the samples. That's the one we did, but it was Maria's birthday recently.
Yeah, and these were my thank you letters to people, to the staff. They were also lovely to send me something. And I just did a letter for each one, a little message on the back.
Enjoy, and we look forward to seeing what you do, and we will see you in our next video.
See you later. Bye.
Bye now.